Shalom, peace. Shalom Aleichem, peace be with you. Aleichem, shalom, and be with you too. Shalom. My mother used to recite it over and over again like a spell. I was just as tall as her hips, looking up to her as she told me again and again, Steffi, the first thing to do when you enter somebody's house is to take off your shoes because that's what all Asian moms told you to do. But then, remember to let your eyes travel around the room looking for any evidence. Sometimes it's a Bible on the coffee table. The other times it's a pastel painting of Jesus carrying lamb on his shoulders, Jesus praying on Gethsemane, Jesus walking on water, Jesus surrounded by little children. But most of the days, most of the houses, it's just this tiny cross hanging proudly on the wall above the TV. But that will be my cue to announce, to deliver a shalom. I was only 12 years old when I knew the price of a shalom. Shalom, and adults would smile from ear to ear, standing on the knee, asking me, how did you learn that? Peer my age, staring at me with eyes as big as watermelons, as if I was speaking in tongues. But I knew it. I was fluent in shalom. So when another 12 years old walked into our church with her little sister and mother holding her hands, I watched if she too was looking for any evidence, if her eyes were roaming around searching for cue, if that's what her mother taught her too. I was wondering how shalom would sound like in her voice. It was loud. So loud I mistook it for her first cry in the day she departed from her mother's womb. Father catching her teeny tiny body in his big palms, rocking her back and forth, whispering life into her right ears in the sound of azan, or in translation, dear child, this is the sound of peace, or in my tongue, shalom. I haven't yet figured it out, this foreign sound, when I heard it again, this time louder. And in this time, flashes of high school crushes, graduation, first kisses, first dance, first of everything, dream and laughter and fears turned into ash. I was wondering, was it shalom that shook the skies and bring bodies fleeing around me? And I dream about the day where I could teach her how to acknowledge good love by heart or turn a bad love into work of art. She never got a chance. I dream about the day when I could tell her a tale about a world where the sky doesn't shake and somebody doesn't have to be remembered as a mistake. The third time I heard it, she became just a number. No longer somebody's child. No longer somebody's sister or neighbor or friend or face you passed by. She turned into little pauses on our legs when it's tangled on its own on the parking lot where her body built its own tomb. She has turned into headphones on New Year's Eve, not playing any music but to mute because the fireworks sounded like a broken record of her name. By the time we learned her name, she clung her skinny little fingers in our lungs. Every time we had to tell the same story over and over again for the 100th time in front of the cameras, the recorders, people writing her name in alias. They folded her flesh and bones and slipped it into somewhere in the fifth line on the newspaper hidden behind an alias in initials. And mother's voice would ring in my ear. Steffi, did you remember to offer a shalom, peace? Shalom Aleichem, peace be with you. Aleichem, shalom, and be with you too. Shalom. There will be nights when I dream about the day of her arrival. Only this time it will be different. I would be standing by the doors, mouth full of shalom. She would walk in holding her little sister anxiously tucking a strand of hair behind her hijab. Cold hands meet mine, sweaty palms. I would lock eyes with hers, and constellation would be in hers. I would glance for the last time inside the room. Concrete cross standing tall and strong. My cue. And my mother's voice would ring again in my ears. Only this time, I would swallow my shalom and declare it the way it sounded like in her house. Assalamualaikum.